just moving my van to somewhere where I can put some Rain-X anti-fog stuff on the glass. Thinking perhaps it might help. It's supposed to help, so we'll give that a go. But I was just, I've got it at Asda. It's like £5 a bottle. It's cheaper than Halford's. But I'm going to put it somewhere where I don't have to worry about being parked for a while. Got a problem with starting the van, and it's intermittent. When I say intermittent, I mean it happens most of the time. And I turn the key, the fans come on, the lights come on, the electrics is on, but nothing happens. No clicks, no ticks, the battery's got charge. It seemed to go away when I filled up the tank. I'm now on 3/4 of a tank, and it started happening again. It might be something to do with the fuel pump or something, and maybe the pressure of the diesel in the tank gives it a helping hand. I don't know. There's no pattern to it, so it happens on a dry day, a wet day, cold day, hot day. Hottest day of the year it was happening. Inclement weather, little bit of rain, pissing down with rain. There's no real pattern to it. And I mentioned it to my mechanic, who cleaned some of the earth contacts of the starter motor and the alternator, thinking it could be something to do with that. He suspected it was something to do with that. He's a motorhomer himself. So yeah, I don't know really. So I'm just going to go park up somewhere and then do this Rain-X. It says to leave it to dry. It doesn't actually say how long it takes to dry. It's a cold, slightly damp day, so I reckon it's going to take a little longer than normal, than on a hot, sunny day. So I'm just going to park on this industrial estate with what little sunlight I've got. There'll be enough time for me to do that. I went to see The Matrix last night, and I thought it was alright. I know it's got really terrible reviews, but I enjoyed it. No spoilers. Some van lifers think we already live in the Matrix. It's just a movie. Before I commit to doing it on the windscreen, I'm going to do it on the side window. It says to use a cloth. I don't have a cloth. I don't know what's happened to all my microfiber cloths. I used to have a shit ton in a bag, but no idea where that went to. Remove foil seal before you... It doesn't say about shaking. Alright, so remove foil, seal. You know what, there are loads of videos on the internet about this product or similar products. I've used rain repellent on the outside, not this brand, it was some other brand, and that worked really well. I was really pleased with that. That was when I had a sporty Toyota, which is a while ago now. Auto Glim, that's what it smells like. Oh shit, I used to be that guy. IT manager I was at the time, and outside cleaning my car on a Sunday, because I lived in a flat and there was no outside taps. I once got a tap adapter, so for my kitchen tap, it's like this thing you sort of plug it underneath. It's a bit like those things, they're like cow's udders. You connect them to your taps and you can shower your head, but it was a bit like that, but with a kind of clamp thing. Oh, what a dick. It came off the tap, but not enough that I was still getting some water coming out the hose, so I didn't notice it had flooded the flat below. It was coming out of their light fitting, running down the walls. Oh, what a fucking mess that was. I had contents insurance, building insurance, house insurance, whatever, but I paid for that. Initially I had more money than I knew what to do with because IT paid quite well, but I still managed to live beyond my means, and my wife and I we'd just go out and have dinner at restaurants on credit cards, and then on credit cards, and then settle those credit cards with more credit cards, and credit cards. My wages didn't even cover my overdraft. My minimum payment was in the high hundreds. So in the end, I sold my flat. I got a cheque for £24,000, which is what I'd made on that flat, and paid off a lot of my debts. I still had something like 10 grand debt remaining. Of course, I had this car, this Toyota, on finance as well. Kept that. Sold that eventually. My go-to food when I'm not happy is ice lollies. I'm just waiting for the glass to dry, so I just popped to Iceland and got a box of 4 of them. Which reminds me, I was parked here once. It was a few summers ago, possibly summer 2019, summer 2018, probably 2019 if I think about it. And so I'm sitting here, hot summer's day. I'm enjoying a box of Magnums, and then suddenly this beautiful woman comes tottering along in her high heels, industrial estate. I'm thinking, oh, this is odd. Anyway, she totters up, and she comes up to the glass. So I opened up the window, and she said, I need to get to the travel agent in town. Can you give me a lift? Okay. So I'm thinking, oh, is this, when she gets in the van, are these dudes just going to come and appear and then steal the van? But anyway, I took a chance. And anyway, so she jumps in the van, and we set off towards town. And she was telling me this story that her daughter was needed to pay this bill for the travel agent. This long-winded story. Didn't actually believe it. So anyway, so we drive there, and she's on the way. I said, do you want a Magnum? And no, she didn't want a Magnum. And she's got this envelope full of notes, and she's just counting out like this big wedge of cash. So I figured that it was her holiday that she needed to pay, not her daughter's. But regardless, anyway, so she jumps out, and then and as she gets out, she said, "Can you give me a lift back?" In conversation, we got stuck in traffic. She wouldn't have got there herself, not with those heels. And it turns out that a few streets away, in conversation, she is the receptionist at a massage parlour. So I bring her back. I drop off outside. See you later. I drive off. Bizarre. When you spend enough time in a vehicle, then all of those weird stories that people will usually have one, maybe 2 weird stories of where they're in a vehicle and something strange happens. If you spend all your time in a van, then you just end up with loads of these weird little stories. I've eaten all 4 of those Iceland Majestics. I had 5 custard donuts as well today. I don't think I'm doing too well with my diet, my food. New Year? Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna put on this. This is dried. What time is it? Yeah, maybe about an hour, I think, before it was thoroughly dry. Putting on the second coat, as it suggests on the back. So we'll see how this goes. I think I have to maybe buff it, give it a bit of a polish. Maybe later. Ah, bollocks. It's the 28th today, so I will be heading down south, doing something for New Year. I'm gonna try and catch up with friends. Hopefully see my long-term music production partner, Mista Quiz. That would be good. I'll make a video of that. So I've asked him if he wants to be in the video. He said yes. He's even sent me a WhatsApp voice note of him rapping.
Through the breaks and beats to blow their minds are beginning to define this brand sound and break ground, but it's right now that matters. So I'm killing beats and rapping tight. When fuck local, I'm going global like a satellite while still satisfying your appetite. Feeding them needy internet obsessed parasites, analyze data, searching for paradise. Photoshop capabilities, camera lens telling lies.
Yeah, I'm going to see if we can record that. Got mics. I've got all my music software that I still own. Installed on the Mac. So my new Mac, which I bought for this channel. I'm starting to get more views on the channel again. 90% of my views come from subscribers, but there is the occasional non-subscriber appearing in the comments, like Life in Yorkshire, who informed me that nobody gives a fuck. I think you'll find, Mr. Life in Yorkshire, that you don't give a fuck. He's deleted. Causes serious eye irritation, that's all right. Doesn't say anything else. It's just an exclamation mark on the back. I think it's mostly about your eyes, but it's just a horrible smell. It's on my fingers. Thing I don't want to do. I'll wash my hands properly when I get in the back of the van. The last thing I want to do is fuck up my eyes. I need new glasses. Because these are now held together with super glue. That came off, but it's got like a wire or something in the middle, so I just pulled it out, super glue, pushed it back together again. It's all right. But these glasses, no matter how much I clean them, they're still a little bit sort of foggy because they've just got some surface scratches and all that shit. But they're old, these glasses. These glasses have got to be, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years old. Did you know my channel's 4 years old? So these glasses have got to be way older than that, because these glasses weren't new when I started the channel, and the channel's been going over 4 years now. It was 4 years in the end of August. So yeah, no fanfare, no big fancy kind of announcement or anything, but yeah, a couple of months ago, over 4 years. No anniversaries, none of that stuff. Just, if you know me, significant dates and birthdays and Christmases and things, they go past with as little fanfare as possible. Just like this one. I spent Christmas and Boxing Day in the van by myself. Didn't move the van, didn't drive anywhere, didn't go and see anyone, just shut the doors. Didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything, didn't interact with anyone. In fact, since I was at work on Christmas Eve, and I've not seen anyone apart from people in shops You know, like the staff in cinema. I went to see The Matrix, new Matrix film. But apart from that, I've not actually spent any time with people since for like 4 days or so. So I ought to do something about that. But hey, it's that time of year. All right, that's it, I think. See you later.